Fonzie just said we're hot. We really are hot.
We really are hot, yeah. You know, because welcome back to GMA, everybody. Let us tell you why we're hot. Because our guests, they've traveled the multiverse, they fought in the boxing ring, and now they're joining forces for a new globe-trotting treasure hunt. Starring together in the movie Uncharted, we are excited to have Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg here in Times Square.
Give it up, people.
Yes, give it up. And Tom, you know, last time you were here, Spider-Man hadn't even come out yet.
Right.
But now it has surpassed Avatar as the #3 grossing movie of all time in North America.
Yes.
Did you see that coming?
No, I mean, when we were making the film, you know, I think we all understood that we had a special project on our hands, and it was going to be, you know, celebrating 3 generations of cinema, and, you know, it was going to be very nostalgic, but we could never have imagined that it was going to be as successful as it has been. So, you know, I got to just say thank you to all the fans, you know. I mean, we went to the cinema the other day to actually watch Uncharted, and Spider-Man is still busy. Yeah. I was just looking on the screen to see how many people are watching it, and it's still busy. So it's amazing that we sort of got people back in the theatres, that people are feeling comfortable again and safe enough to enjoy some family time and some escapism. So now we just have to do it again with our movie for Uncharted.
Yeah. Well, if you have a good back-end deal, you take the time to thank your agent and your attorney.
You know, learn from the master.
I know, listen, I've done a lot of learning from this guy.
And we're seeing it right now. You all have, I love Uncharted, you have this kind of like sibling energy. What was it like working together?
It's true, you know, I didn't realize it until after. I'm like, why is this guy always annoying me so much? but I've always been the youngest. I've always been nipping at my brother's heels. I never had a little brother before, and now I know what it's like.
Well, yeah, because I've never had an older brother. I'm the youngest. I'm the oldest, and you're the youngest.
Oh, wow.
So I've never had an older brother before, so I loved annoying you.
That explains some of it, not quite all of it, but we'll figure out the rest eventually.
What'd your kids think about being with a superhero?
You know, it's funny because at first they weren't really that into it, and now I'm getting all this, like my daughter has a Spider-Man mask, my 12-year-old, Gracie, and she's getting into that age where she's starting to look at boys and all this stuff, so, and then the boys now are like, so how's Tom, is he cool? and they're also golfers, and they know that I played a lot of golf with Tom, so they want to know how he plays.
So who won?
It was back and forth. We were just having fun. We were getting to know each other.
Yeah, he's a good player. He can hit it a long way. Sometimes has a hard time finding the ball, but he can hit it a long way.
Which is a key thing.
The only reason I can't find the ball is because he plays with 4 of his mates who go and find his ball for him.
Advantage
ends up on the fairway somehow.
Advantage Wahlberg.
Home field
This is again. I play. You know, I was literally attached to play his role, and I aged out of it. Now I'm playing the savvy veteran, so I'm using all of my savvy veteran moves every chance I get. Yeah.
I think we should show everybody a clip of it. Let's take a look.
Please.
You better do something now.
Go once. And...
Oh, this is gonna suck!
Oh, that was something. You're doing great. Hang in there.
So, Tom, you're used to playing a comic book character. How does it compare to a video game character?
I mean, it's different. I mean, I think it brings a lot more pressure, you know. When you're playing someone like Spider-Man and you go and read the comics, you know, there are hundreds of different versions of the character where you can pull inspiration from. But, you know, with Uncharted, there's one game series. And the fans of the games haven't just been able to witness what Nathan Drake has done. They have been that character for the last 15 years. So for us to pick up these characters and try and figure out a way to sort of pay our respects to the game, but also bringing our own sort of take to it, was a lot of pressure, you know, because this game sold 40 million copies around the world, so it's a big IP, and we wanted to make sure we did justice to the fans. I think we have.
Oh, absolutely. And also the great thing about the game is it's so cinematic and really lends itself to being adapted to a film. So you don't have to have known the game to really enjoy the movie. This is much more along the lines of like a Indiana Jones type of film.
And now, you know, you in the action scenes, we saw that, but the bartending skills.
Right, yeah.
Where did you pick that up?
It was an important thing for me because Nathan Drake is a character who's incredibly capable, but he's not well trained. You know, so when we're trying to sell the story that this guy can fight but has had no training, I wanted to find an avenue where we could convince the audience that he was just incredibly skillful. And flair bartending is something that is really impressive, there's a lot of camera trickery going on in the film. Like, I smashed so many bottles when we were making this. But I went to bartending school, and I ended up basically working a few shifts at my favourite bar in London. Not officially. Like, eventually when the management team found out, they kicked me out, and I haven't been back since. But no, I just thought it was a nice way to sort of show the audience what this kid was capable of to sort of sell the story later on.
And is it true what you were saying earlier, that you aged out, that you were supposed to play?
I was attached right after The Fighter. David O. Russell and I were attached to do a version of Uncharted. And yeah, so when I got the phone call, it was like, all right, we're finally getting Uncharted going. So I was like, oh, cool, you know, because last time we had De Niro was playing Sully, so maybe we get Jack or Tommy Lee Jones, or they were like, we got Tom Holland. I said, what? For what? And they were like, for drink. We want you for Sully, the old guy. But of course, you see me walking around barking orders through my headset while he's getting flung all over the building, and, you know, I was like, that's actually pretty cool. And I do, you know, it would be embarrassing for me at 50 years old to be trying to play this part. I think, you know, I'm aging gracefully, and I embraced playing the older guy. It was a lot of fun.
Did you embrace being engaged to Medea?
Oh, absolutely. I just called Tyler when you guys were on the phone with him. I said, first of all, I want my visitation rights, and more importantly, I want some alimony. I want some child support. I know how successful Tyler has been. A huge influence on me. I actually just financed my first film, and Tyler owns all of his intellectual property. He's been an absolute trailblazer in that way, and so I've learned a lot from him, and I'm actually going to send him the film and continue to pick his brain and follow in his footsteps. He's amazing.
He has really set a great example. So you really FaceTimed him while we were
right
doing
away. Yeah. I was trying to get him while he was on the air.
And I'm curious, you guys say you played a lot of golf when you were filming it, but I know your workouts are legendary. Did you get Tom in the gym? Was he able to keep up?
He never showed up to the gym.
Now, hang on a minute.
He borrowed the gym. He borrowed the gym. He always showed up after or before. You know, it was like, and I was never going to try to test or challenge him. I was just like figuring another way for us to bond. But
it would have been nice. We just had different workout routines, you know. He's trying to, you know, lose the weight, and I'm trying to put it on. So we didn't want to be doing the same thing.
You know, they really are siblings. You really are siblings. I love it.
Hey, the gym was big enough, had enough equipment to do it all.
I know, I'm messing.
No, it's all good.
It's all good.
Hopefully we'll do 2 or 3 more
man.
together, and then we'll finally get to work.
Yeah,
out
we'll get
together.
in the gym, I'm sure.
Well, soon. Send
absolutely.
us video. Hey, but seriously, it's great to have you both here. It's always a lot of fun. And Uncharted, it hits theaters tomorrow. Make sure you check it out. Laugh with these two guys.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.